10 sweet signs you've stolen someone's heart without knowing it. Old Stoic wisdom. The best way to find love is to let it find you when you're not looking. Yep, anonymous. Love often doesn't announce itself with fanfare or dramatic gestures. More often, it enters softly, through lingering glances, a few carefully chosen words, and the subtle, fleeting moments we tend to overlook in our busy lives. As someone who's spent years studying human behaviour, I've come to realise that the heart communicates in a quiet, almost hidden way. Often, someone may be falling for you long before they have the courage to express it openly. In this video, I'll share with you 10 insightful signs, supported by psychological research, that indicate someone may have already fallen for you, often without you even realising it. Sometimes, the person who's quietly captivated by you has been right there all along, just waiting for the right moment to make their feelings known. Sign number 1. They light up around you. Have you ever entered a room and instantly felt the shift in someone's entire energy, as though your presence was a magnetic force that subtly altered the space? Their face softens, their eyes brighten, and their posture opens up as though they can't help but be drawn towards you in a way that feels both natural and profound. It's almost as if their entire being responds to you without them saying a word, and you notice it immediately. This phenomenon, known as emotional mirroring, occurs when someone's brain subconsciously mimics the energy and emotions of those they feel a connection with. In simple terms, when we're around people we care about, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that is responsible for that sense of happiness, warmth, and pleasure. The effect is visible in the way we carry ourselves, in our tone of voice, and even in the pace of our heartbeat. This chemical reaction can be observed physically, as our bodies begin to mirror the emotional state we're in. The person who is emotionally invested in you may not even realize it, but their body language speaks volumes before they've uttered a single word. They may feel a sense of joy, calm, or comfort just by your presence, and it shows in their every gesture. In today's fast-paced world, where communication often takes the form of text messages and quick social media updates, these subtle signs of affection can be easy to overlook. However, it's precisely these moments, the unspoken shifts in energy, that can be some of the most powerful indicators of genuine connection. If you ever find yourself in a room with someone who lights up in your presence, who visibly changes the moment you walk in, know that this isn't just a passing or coincidental occurrence. This is love or affection in its purest, most instinctual form. It's science, yes, but it's also one of the most tender signs of affection that transcends words and overt gestures. This kind of response is so deeply ingrained in us that even the most stoic of individuals may not realize they are exhibiting such profound emotions. It's simply part of our wiring, the way our minds and bodies respond when we are near someone who holds meaning in our lives. Think about it for a moment. When we are around someone we care about, whether a partner, a close friend, or someone with whom we share a deep bond, we unconsciously feel an emotional resonance that shapes our interactions. The brain's release of dopamine makes us feel good, and that pleasure naturally manifests in our facial expressions, body movements, and the way we engage with others. It's as though the brain is reminding us, through these subconscious reactions, that we are not just connected in mind, but in body as well. When someone lights up just by being around you, like the sun coming up after a long night, it's a clear sign that you've captured their heart in a way that transcends words. It doesn't require grand declarations or elaborate gestures. Sometimes love simply glows from the inside out, a quiet warmth that is felt but not always seen. And this subtlety is powerful. It speaks to a deeper connection that isn't based on surface-level interaction, but on something much more profound, a bond that resonates on a physiological level, making the other person feel complete when you're near them. In the rush of everyday life, where attention is often divided and moments of genuine connection can feel fleeting, it's easy to forget how significant these small, non-verbal signals can be. However, if you're attuned enough to notice, you'll see that these gestures of light, these quiet moments of recognition, are some of the strongest indicators that you've made an impact on someone's life. It's a reminder that not all expressions of love need to be loud or overt. Sometimes love doesn't shout, it simply glows, like the soft light of a candle casting its warmth into the surrounding darkness. It's the little things that matter the most, and if you're fortunate enough to witness someone light up in your presence, it's a testament to the fact that you've stolen their heart without even realizing it. In fact, it may be the very essence of this understated, effortless affection that creates the strongest, most lasting connections between people. So next time you walk into a room and notice someone's face soften or their energy shift, remember that it's not just a coincidence, it's science, it's love, and it's proof that, in ways both subtle and profound, you've captured their heart. Sign number 2. They mirror your emotions without realizing it. Have you ever noticed, perhaps in a quiet moment with someone, that when you laugh, they smile without thinking, or when you become introspective or quiet, they seem to soften in response? It's as if their mood shifts to match yours. This is known as emotional mirroring, a deep and powerful psychological response that occurs when a person feels a genuine emotional connection with another. It's not an intentional or calculated action, but rather an instinctual behavior, an unconscious alignment of their mood, body language, and even facial expressions to echo yours. In a way, it's the body's silent way of saying, "I understand you, and I'm in tune with what you're feeling." This mirroring effect goes far beyond simple politeness or kindness. It's a form of emotional attunement, where one person becomes so attuned to the other that they mirror not just actions, but internal states as well. If you feel joy, they feel it with you. If you're sad, they'll often carry the weight of that sadness alongside you, reflecting the gravity of your emotions in their own reactions. This subtle dance of emotions isn't a mere coincidence. It's the result of a profound connection where two hearts and minds are in sync with one another. When someone mirrors your emotions in such an effortless and natural way, it's often a reflection of their feelings for you. It's an unconscious, yet deeply meaningful sign that they are emotionally invested in your well-being. It's almost as if their hearts are speaking to yours in a language that words could never fully capture. And it's not just about moments of happiness or laughter that trigger this mirroring. It's a much broader emotional exchange, one that encompasses both the peaks and valleys of life. When you're celebrating, they're celebrating with you, sharing your joy as though it were their own. But equally, when you're going through a difficult time, their emotional energy shifts to resonate with your sadness, disappointment, or pain. It's not a burden to them. It's an indication that they are in tune with you at such a deep level that they can feel what you feel, whether it's joy or sorrow. This mirroring can take many forms. Their facial expressions may become more reflective when you're quiet, or they may unknowingly adopt your posture when you relax or lean in. These are signs of someone who is emotionally aligned with you, who feels your presence deeply and without reservation. It's a dance between two people, where each step, each movement, each feeling is shared in silence. In a world that often seems full of distractions, where so much of our attention is pulled in countless different directions, this kind of subtle yet deeply meaningful emotional connection is rare. It's a testament to the power of presence and attentiveness in a relationship. Someone who mirrors you in this way isn't just a passive bystander in your emotional world. They're actively participating in it, feeling what you feel and giving you their emotional presence in return. In today's fast-paced world, where people often move through their days distracted and disconnected, emotional mirroring stands out as a beautiful, almost sacred act of empathy. It's a rare and precious form of connection, one that requires both people to be attuned to each other on a level that goes beyond mere words or gestures. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who emphasized emotional discipline and balance, might have viewed this type of connection as a form of harmony, a perfect alignment between two people, where each heart is able to resonate with the other. They might have even described this as the ultimate goal of human connection. Not just being with someone, but being so attuned to their emotional world that you become a mirror of it, reflecting their joy, their sorrow, their hopes, and their fears as if they were your own. So the next time you notice someone mirroring your emotions, whether they're laughing with you, relaxing when you do, or growing more thoughtful when you do, take a moment to appreciate this silent exchange. It's not just a quirky coincidence, it's a sign that your emotional worlds are linked in a way that's far more meaningful than surface-level interactions. It's a sign that they don't just care about you in the conventional sense, but that they feel deeply connected to you. They resonate with your emotions, and in doing so, they reveal a bond that transcends words, actions, and even time. And in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, such a connection is something to cherish and nurture, for it represents the kind of relationship that many search for but few ever find, one where hearts are in perfect harmony, mirroring one another in an unspoken yet profoundly beautiful way. If you've ever noticed someone mirroring your emotions, whether it's laughing with you or feeling your sadness, drop a comment right now. I am the reflection of someone special. Like this video, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, true connection is felt, not just seen. Sign number 3. They remember tiny details. This is a subtle yet powerful sign that someone might be harboring feelings for you. You might think that your conversations are casual and fleeting, but in reality, the things you mention in passing could be deeply etched into someone else's memory, especially when those details hold emotional weight. Perhaps you mentioned in an offhand way that you once loved a particular childhood snack, shared a vivid dream, or confessed a small dislike, like the sound of ticking clocks. You might not even recall saying it, but they do. What's happening here is a fascinating psychological phenomenon known as selective emotional memory. The brain, in its wisdom, tends to prioritize and retain information that is tied to strong emotions or significant personal connections. When someone is emotionally invested in you, those small, seemingly insignificant details hold weight because you hold a special place in their heart. It's not merely that they have a sharp memory, rather it's that they are mentally and emotionally cataloguing things that matter about you. And while you may brush off their recollection as nothing more than impressive memory, it's actually a quiet form of devotion. It's a subtle but profound way in which love or affection quietly announces itself. I listen to you, I care about you, I remember you. This isn't just about remembering facts, it's about remembering you, your essence, your preferences, your quirks, and that, in itself, is a kind of love in action. In today's fast-paced world, where most of us are consumed by technology and distractions, a person who truly remembers and cherishes these tiny details stands out. It shows a level of attention and emotional depth that is rare and increasingly valuable. So the next time someone surprises you by recalling something you barely mentioned, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just about memory, it's a sign that someone sees you, understands you, and has invested emotionally in what makes you uniquely you. In a world that often values speed and surface-level interactions, this kind of deep attention is a gift. It speaks volumes about their feelings and the quiet yet powerful connection they feel with you. Don't dismiss it. Instead, recognize it as a small but meaningful token of their affection. It's one of those timeless signals that love, when it's real, shows up in the smallest of ways, often without us even realizing it. Sign number 4. Their friends know about you, even if you've never met them. Have you ever been in a situation where you meet someone's friend for the first time, and without any prior introduction, they already know your name? Or perhaps you've noticed a subtle but unmistakable shift in their demeanor when your name is mentioned. A slight smile or a knowing look that hints at something more than just casual acquaintance. It's not a coincidence. This is one of the clearest signs that you've unknowingly made an impact, and it's rooted in a psychological truth. When someone's heart is quietly captured by another person, they naturally begin to include them in their thoughts, stories, and conversations, even if the connection has not yet been verbalized or fully acknowledged between the two of you. People often talk most about the individuals who stir their deepest emotions, whether it's love, admiration, or longing. In the same way that a friend might bring up a favorite shared memory, someone who is growing fond of you will begin to weave your name and your presence into the fabric of their life narrative, long before they consciously decide to express their feelings to you directly. Your name starts to slip naturally into their conversations, as if it's a part of their inner dialogue that can no longer be contained. Your laughter, your quirks, your way of speaking, they become the backdrop to their day-to-day moments, even in your absence. This unconscious storytelling happens because emotions, especially those connected to love or affection, rarely stay hidden for long. They find ways to leak out, sometimes in the form of a shared smile, a comment made in passing, or a seemingly random reference to something you did or said. Even if they haven't yet told you how they feel, the mere act of speaking about you, mentioning your name, reminiscing about something you did, or sharing a moment they've had with you, shows that you've already made a place for yourself in their heart. This phenomenon is especially noticeable in the way their friends react when they hear your name. It's like a silent acknowledgement of something deeper, a recognition that you matter to the person they care about. Their friends might smile a little more knowingly when they hear your name, or perhaps they'll engage in a light-hearted conversation about you, even though you've never officially met. It's as if the connection you share with the person is so significant that it can't help but leak out into their social circle. It's not always about grand romantic declarations or dramatic confessions. More often than not, it's the small, seemingly insignificant details that give it away. The little things that someone might not even realize they're doing, but are felt deeply by those around them. In today's world, where relationships often unfold through texting, social media, and fleeting interactions, these subtle signals can become even more pronounced. People may not express their emotions overtly, but they share details of their lives, often unintentionally, through posts, conversations, and even the way they talk about someone. When someone speaks of you with a sense of familiarity or affection, or when your name seems to be mentioned with ease in their conversations with others, it's a clear sign that you've become a part of their inner world. And it's a beautiful thing to realize that even without making a deliberate effort, you've already established a presence in their life that matters. Your existence, in some small but meaningful way, is intertwined with theirs. Think of it like a quiet dance between two people, one where the steps are not always visible but felt deeply. In the modern age, where emotional expression can sometimes be filtered through screens or minimized by the fast pace of life, these tiny yet significant moments show how powerful human connection truly is. They're a reminder that relationships don't always need to be overtly declared to be real. Sometimes, the mere act of showing up, being yourself, existing in their world, is enough to create a bond that slowly builds in the background. It's like the way someone might leave a book on their nightstand because they've been thinking about it, even when they're not reading it. It's there, present in the background, shaping their thoughts, influencing their actions. Similarly, when their friends know about you, when they speak of you, even though you've never had a chance to meet them, it's a sure sign that you've already made an indelible mark in their heart. And the beauty of it is that this connection doesn't require large, grand gestures to be real or significant. It's the small things, the mentions of your name in casual conversation, the subtle references to shared experiences, and the unspoken understanding that lingers even when you're not present, that speak volumes. If their friends are aware of who you are, it means that you've unknowingly found your place within their life's narrative, and that in itself is a powerful, often unspoken sign of affection. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where their friends know you even though you've never met, take it as a sign that you've already captured a space in their heart, a space that's now shared in their stories, in their thoughts, and in the way they speak of you. You've made an impact, and it's only just the beginning. You've already made an impact, even without realizing it. If their friends know you, it's a sign your presence matters. Comment below. I've left my mark without saying a word. Sign number 5. Their body faces you even in a crowd. In a world filled with distractions, where words often fail to express true feelings, the body becomes the most honest messenger. Watch carefully, for the body speaks what the lips may never dare to say. In a room full of people, pay close attention to where they direct their body, not just their eyes, but their entire being. Are their feet pointing towards you? Do their shoulders subtly turn in your direction? Even the tilt of their head, the posture of their hands, all reveal a deeper, subconscious truth. If their body, time and time again, faces you, even when you're not speaking, it's more than mere coincidence. It's a sign, a silent signal, one that speaks louder than words ever could. Psychologists call this phenomenon body alignment, and it's driven by a simple, powerful force, the magnetic pull of emotional connection. They may not even be aware of it, but their entire being is attuned to your presence. Think of it like this. When someone's heart makes a choice, the body follows suit. It's the instinctual draw of affection, the unseen thread that binds two souls together. And in today's world of digital distractions and fleeting connections, this physical response is more telling than ever. So if you notice their body always subtly aligning with yours, even amidst a crowd, take note. It's not just a random act, it's an unspoken declaration, a clear sign that your presence matters to them in ways that go far beyond the surface. Remember, this isn't just about attraction, it's about connection. The body doesn't lie. And in the modern world, where we often hide behind screens, the subtle cues we give and receive in person are more significant than ever. When someone's body constantly faces yours, it's like they've allowed their heart to speak louder than their words. So embrace this knowledge. Let it empower you to understand those around you on a deeper level, to see the unspoken, and most importantly, to recognize the power of the emotional connection you may be unknowingly nurturing. And remember this, the body never lies. Martha Graham. Sign number 6. They find reasons to touch you gently, casually. Have you ever noticed a fleeting brush of their hand against yours, seemingly by accident, or perhaps a delicate touch on your arm, while they're speaking to you? At first, it may appear innocent, unremarkable, just another passing moment, but let me assure you this gesture is anything but ordinary. In truth, these seemingly casual touches are often the most profound ways we express affection, signaling deep, unspoken emotions. Psychologically, touch is one of the most powerful love languages we possess, an instinctive form of communication that transcends words. It is an undeniable fact that our bodies have a language all their own, one that expresses what we might struggle to say with mere speech. And when someone is drawn to you, particularly in the way they reach out and make contact, however brief, their body is quietly confessing what their words might not yet dare to. I want to be closer to you. You see, touch holds immense power. It bridges gaps between two souls, weaving a silent connection the words can never match. These gestures, no matter how small, serve as silent signals that speak volumes. The hand on your shoulder as they walk past, the gentle pat on your back after a laugh, each one is an invisible thread, pulling you closer together, one touch at a time. It is in these moments that the invisible bond between you begins to strengthen, even when neither of you consciously acknowledges it. Perhaps you've noticed these actions, but brushed them aside as nothing more than politeness or coincidence. Don't be fooled. Those casual touches reveal more than you might think. In fact, if you pay close attention, you'll see that these small but powerful moments are often the clearest indicators that someone has begun to feel a deeper connection with you. Touching is the first step in the intimacy dance, as the famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, and while you may not yet fully realize it, these touches signify the early stages of a bond that could, in time, grow into something far more significant. The beauty of this subtlety lies in its power. It doesn't demand anything. It doesn't ask for reciprocation. It simply exists, a quiet, almost unconscious sign of someone's desire to be near you. And the more often these touches occur, the more certain you can be that this person is trying to bridge the distance between you, not just physically, but emotionally. Modern life, in all its chaos and distraction, has led many to forget the weight that physical touch carries. In a world dominated by digital messages and virtual connections, the true impact of a soft, deliberate touch often goes unnoticed. Yet, it is these very gestures that can speak louder than any words. Whether it's a quick brush of hands, a firm but gentle touch on the arm, or even a light, reassuring squeeze of the shoulder, these actions are the language of the heart, the body's way of declaring intimacy without uttering a single word. So the next time someone reaches out to you in a way that feels too intimate for mere coincidence, take note. Pay attention to the way they make contact, how their hand lingers just a little too long, or how they seek moments of proximity with you. This is not by chance. In their touch, they are saying, in the most silent, potent way, that they are beginning to care. And if you are wise, you will understand that this is not something to overlook or dismiss, for it is the first step on the journey toward a deeper connection. If this resonates with you, then it's time to recognize the signs, to embrace the subtle power of touch, and to act on what your instincts are telling you. Touch is a tool of communication, a signal of attraction and affection that cannot be ignored. So the next time you feel that light, casual touch, know that it may be the key to unlocking a much deeper bond, one that could alter the course of your life. Pay attention. The signs are all around you. And remember, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. This simple truth, made famous by Nat King Cole, holds more wisdom than you can imagine. When someone reaches out to touch you, they are not only showing affection, they are showing that they trust you, that they see something in you that they want to keep close. You've already started the dance. All that remains is to decide if you will dance back. So what will you do next? Let the touch of destiny guide you, or let it slip away unnoticed. Choose wisely. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Sign number 7. They get nervous or fidgety around you. You might have observed them becoming suddenly restless when you're around, tapping their foot, nervously running their hand through their hair, or perhaps stumbling over their words in a way that's not quite like them. This isn't about awkwardness, it's about nervous energy. And contrary to what it may seem, it's often a sign that they care deeply about you. From a psychological standpoint, when someone finds themselves emotionally vulnerable, particularly in the presence of someone they hold dear, their body can have an automatic physical reaction to this heightened emotional state. The heart rate increases, the palms may sweat, and the mind can struggle to keep pace with the emotions surging inside. These physical responses are like the body's way of trying to manage the weight of their own feelings, as if their nervous system can't quite balance the emotional load. This type of reaction doesn't occur when they're simply in the presence of anyone. It's reserved for those whose company has a deep, often unspoken meaning. It's a clear sign that their feelings are stirred more than they're willing to admit, or more than they even fully understand yet. It's a kind of quiet chaos, like the heart beating faster than the mind can process, an internal storm where affection is subtly but undeniably at the centre of it. In today's world, where many people are quick to mask or compartmentalize their emotions, these little signs are often the clearest indicators that someone's heart is already committed, even if their actions haven't yet caught up with their feelings. So if you notice these signs in someone, it's not just a random nervous tick, it's a whisper from their heart, signalling that what they feel for you runs deeper than they might openly express. It's in these small moments, where body and mind don't quite align, that true affection often reveals itself, hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. Sign number 8. They show up where you are, coincidence or not. Have you ever had that strange feeling of seeing someone again and again in the most unexpected places? You're sitting at your favorite cafe, and there they are, sipping their coffee at the table next to you. You casually mention an event to a friend, not thinking much of it, and the next thing you know, they show up there as well. You're heading out the door, and at that exact moment, they walk by as if it was meant to happen. Coincidence? Maybe. But the truth lies deeper in human psychology and behavior. It's called proximity-seeking behavior, a phenomenon where the subconscious mind pulls someone toward you, not through any overt actions, but through subtle, almost invisible gestures. These moments aren't mere chance. They're the language of the heart speaking in a way the mind hasn't fully caught up with yet. This happens because when someone is emotionally connected to you, their heart unconsciously craves being close to you. It's a magnetic pull, one that doesn't need words to express itself. As Blaise Pascal said, "The heart has its reasons, which reason knows not." We can try to rationalize these encounters, but often it's the subconscious that leads the way, finding ways to draw us near the ones we care about, even before our conscious mind realizes it. Imagine this. You notice these little moments, these just so happen to be here scenarios, happening again and again. The more you reflect on it, the more you start to realize it's not by accident. There's something deeper at play. This is not a coincidence. It's the result of someone's subconscious longing to be close to you, to feel your presence, even when they don't quite understand why. They might not even be aware of it, but their actions speak volumes. The truth is, we are all guided by the unseen forces of our emotions. Even the most stoic of minds cannot escape this pull. When we feel emotionally connected, we find ourselves wanting to be near that person, sometimes in the most subtle, quiet ways. And in modern life, where we're constantly distracted by technology and the noise of the world around us, these moments often go unnoticed, brushed off as mere coincidence. But if you start paying attention, you'll begin to see the pattern. This is no accident. The universe, or fate, or whatever you choose to call it, is offering you something much more meaningful. These moments are the heart speaking long before the mind fully grasps it. The heart knows the truth often faster than the rational mind can keep up. If you find that someone is consistently showing up in your world, that's not something to dismiss. That's a sign, a signal that a connection is forming, and it's not random. Sometimes, we're so caught up in our daily routines, we forget that the heart operates on a different timeline. We try to control everything with logic and reason, but there are times when the heart's wisdom is more profound than anything the mind can predict. Recognizing these signs for what they are, genuine signs of interest and affection, is powerful. It means you're becoming aware of the subtle but profound ways that human emotions work. It's a reminder that even in the digital age, the most meaningful connections happen not through screens, but in real, present moments that seem to unfold like magic. This is where you take control. This is where your power lies. Don't let these signs slip by unnoticed. Don't dismiss the significance of these seemingly random encounters. Instead, understand them as signals from the universe or from the other person's subconscious heart, drawn to yours. This isn't just some fleeting coincidence. This is fate, leading the way. By acknowledging these signs, you're giving yourself the ability to act, to take charge, and to step forward with confidence. Once you recognize the subtle art of proximity seeking, you'll understand that these small gestures aren't just trivial. They hold the potential for something far greater. Sign number 9. They defend you in conversations. When someone defends you in conversations, even when you're not around, it's often a subtle yet profound sign of affection that speaks volumes about their feelings for you. Have you ever noticed someone stepping up for you when others twist your words or tarnish your character? They might not even be asked to say a thing, yet when your reputation is on the line, they're quick to defend you. This act of defense goes beyond simple protection. It reveals a deep, almost subconscious emotional loyalty that can't be easily overlooked. It's more than just a reflex to shield you from harm. It's a reflection of a deeper commitment to the bond you share, a kind of invisible thread that connects your hearts. Psychologically, we tend to protect those we care for the most. And this is especially true when it comes to defending someone's reputation, character, or emotions. Think about it. When someone goes out of their way to defend you, they are not merely protecting you in the moment. They are also showing their commitment, not through grand gestures or verbal proclamations of love, but through a quiet yet steadfast loyalty. It's a kind of love language that often goes unnoticed, yet it's one of the most telling signs that someone's heart is deeply invested in you, even if they haven't explicitly said the words, "I love you." This modern world often overlooks these subtle acts of devotion, but they can be some of the clearest indicators that someone has stolen your heart without you even realizing it. Whether it's standing up for your values or simply not allowing anyone to speak ill of you, their actions demonstrate a loyalty that speaks louder than words. In a world where people often hide their true emotions, the act of defending you, especially when you aren't around, is a clear message that they care deeply. So next time you find someone protecting your name, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just about the defense, it's about the emotional bond, the unspoken connection that shows how much they truly care for you. Sign number 10. They look at you when you're not looking. Have you ever caught someone glancing at you, their eyes filled with something unspoken, only for them to quickly look away as soon as they realize you've noticed? Or maybe, just before you say a word, their face lights up in a smile that feels almost too sincere to be coincidental. This isn't just a casual grin or a passing reaction. It's an involuntary yet deeply revealing sign of affection. The kind of smile that speaks volumes without uttering a single syllable. It's the type of smile that comes from someone who's emotionally attuned to your presence, someone whose heart genuinely quickens at the very thought or sight of you. You see, smiles aren't just expressions of politeness or superficial gestures. Psychologically, they are some of the most powerful involuntary signals of happiness and attraction. When a person smiles without consciously thinking about it, particularly when they see you, it's an authentic, subconscious way of expressing just how much you brighten their world. They don't need to think about it, don't need to make an effort. It's just their natural reaction to the joy you bring to their life. It's as though their heart leaps in their chest, and the smile slips out before they even have a chance to mask it. This quiet smile is particularly beautiful because it's so unspoken. There's no need for grand declarations or long-winded conversations. In that brief, seemingly fleeting moment, everything you need to know is said without a word. It's a window into their heart, showing you warmth, affection, and a deep, silent fondness that they may not even be fully aware of expressing. It's their heart reaching out to you in a language that doesn't need translation, a smile that says more than any sentence ever could. Think about it. How often in life do we miss these subtle moments because we're too focused on what's being said, rather than what's being silently conveyed? A smile, in its most innocent and unguarded form, has the power to reveal so much about someone's emotions. It's an expression that bypasses all the noise of everyday interactions, cutting right to the core of human connection. This sign, though seemingly small, is profound because it reveals a deeper truth about human behaviour. Love and affection often don't announce themselves with fanfare or fireworks, but rather in these subtle, almost imperceptible gestures. And while the world around us is consumed by constant movement and digital distractions, moments like these remind us of the timeless power of human presence. A smile given without thought is a rare gift in today's fast-paced world, where people are often too busy to stop and reflect on the emotions they're carrying. Yet here, in these stolen moments, you can see a heart that's quietly and deeply fond of you, even if it hasn't been explicitly stated. This silent communication of affection doesn't demand anything from you. It simply exists in the space between two people, unspoken but undeniably felt. It's these moments, the brief seconds, where someone's heart speaks louder than their words, that often create the deepest connections. In today's society, where everything moves so quickly, we might overlook these quiet moments of emotional exchange, but it's important to slow down, to take notice of these subtle interactions. When you catch someone looking at you in this way, don't rush past it. Take a moment to truly appreciate the vulnerability and honesty in that smile. It's a beautiful reminder that not all feelings need to be articulated to be understood. Sometimes, simply being present in someone's life is enough to stir up feelings that they may not even be fully conscious of. It's also a reminder that the connections we build with others are not always dependent on grand gestures or verbal communication. In fact, some of the most meaningful relationships are built on these small, often unnoticed moments, those unspoken exchanges that tell you everything you need to know without any need for words. In a world that often seems to prioritize noise and constant engagement, these fleeting instances where someone smiles at you without thinking offer a rare moment of pure, unfiltered connection. When someone's smile lights up their face simply because you're there, it's a signal that you matter to them. It's not about what you've done or what you're saying. It's about the fact that your presence in their life has touched them in a way that words cannot fully express. So the next time you notice someone looking at you with that smile, even if it's just for a second, pause and appreciate it. It's a small but powerful reminder that sometimes love doesn't have to be loudly proclaimed. It's often quietly felt and effortlessly communicated in ways that speak directly to the heart, without any need for explanation. And, perhaps most importantly, this sign invites you to remember that genuine affection can exist in the moments between words, and that the simple act of being present with someone is often where the truest connections are made. As we've explored today, love doesn't always wait for words to reveal itself. Sometimes it speaks in glances, in small gestures, and in the way someone's presence can make the world feel a little brighter. These signs may seem subtle, almost hidden, but they're the heart's way of communicating what the mind hasn't yet caught up to. When someone is quietly falling for you, their emotions often show in ways they can't control. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need them to say a word to know. The heart knows long before the lips do. So next time you notice one of these sweet signs, don't dismiss it. It's not just coincidence. It's love quietly blooming one small gesture at a time. Thanks for watching. If you've ever experienced one of these signs, leave a comment below and share your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more psychological insights on love. Until next time, take care of your heart and the hearts around you.